Sometimes we're given a set of ordered pairs, and what we want to do is find out what location they are in, which quadrant they are in, or maybe they are on the x-axis or the y-axis. The first thing we want to do is we want to look at a coordinate plane, and we want to remind ourselves what the different quadrants are. So what I like to do is I like to take the coordinate plane and I like to draw a C on my coordinate plane. When I do that, where I begin the C is quadrant 1. And then as I move along, that means that this is quadrant 2. When I move down, I go to quadrant 3. And then when I end my C, I end up at quadrant 4. So now that I have labeled my quadrants, I can look at my points, graph the points, and then decide what quadrant it's in. Or it could also even be on the x-axis or the y-axis. So let's look at -3, -2. My -3 tells me to go left 3 spaces and then down 2 spaces. So I'm going to plot my point there. I notice that that is in quadrant 3. 5, 0 tells me to go right 5 spaces. I always start at the origin, so I'm going right 5 spaces, but 0 tells me not to go up or down at all, so I'm going to plot my point right there. I find that I am on the x-axis. 0, 5 is not the same set of coordinates. This time, when I start at the origin, I'm not going to move left or right at all because it's a 0, and then I'm going to go up 5 because that's a positive 5. I end up on the y-axis. Let's look at 4, -2. 4 tells me to go right 4 spaces and then down 2 spaces. I plot my point there, and I find that I am in quadrant 4. Let's look at -2, 4. I start at the origin and I'm going to go left 2 spaces and I'm going to go up 4 spaces. My point ends up being right there. I am in quadrant 2. And then the last one is 3, 6. So that's a positive 3. I'm going to go right 3 and I'm going to go up 6 places, and my point ends up being right there, and I am in quadrant 1. Hopefully, this has helped you figure out how to graph your points and determine which quadrant or axis that it's in.